Time now for more interesting top stock picks for your review. Shiraz, we are going to start with you this time because you've got a computer maker, Hewlett Packard. Right?
That's right, large cap tech. The PC makers and the old line technology industry in general has been under pressure. Hewlett Packard, Dell went private, Microsoft, Intel, all these guys. But I think HP is doing all the right things that they could do. Ever since Meg Whitman assumed the charge, we haven't seen an operating bottom in the company's business and results yet, but we are starting to see evidence of that in last quarter. Then their report this week after the close on Thursday, we'll most likely see more evidence of that. And as 2014 progresses, we'll see more evidence of operating bottom. And with the full turnaround and improvement in the business coming through in 2015, I think it's a good value stock right now, about 8 times this year's earnings. A ton of cash flow. They generate about $9 billion in free cash flow last year. Should top that this year. The dividend is about 2%. They're buying back stock too. So overall, the outlook is very good. I don't think you could go wrong with buying Hewlett Packard at this level. Yeah.
All right, Tracy, you have a drug maker and distributor.
Yes, Lannett. LCI is the ticker. You might not have heard of them because they're a small cap. They have about a $1.5 billion market cap, but they're generic drugs.
You know, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, they do. I hadn't. They do thyroid and cardiovascular. Maybe that's why we never heard of them. But that is a hot area for them, and they were able to push through some price increases this last quarter, and it gave them a big revenue boost. They saw revenue up 84% year over year, and a big beat, 7 cents, but they also raised, which is like what most companies aren't doing now. So the Zacks consensus estimate has jumped to 185 from 154 since their earnings announcement. That's a big jump, and they're supposed to see over 300% earnings growth this year. The thing about them is that these price increases are sustainable, and they have a couple more drugs down the pipeline. They also do some pain management, which is a big area that they're going to enter into. So the analysts like them a lot. They're trading at 23 times. They are at a 5-year high, though, if you check out the chart. It's a little scary. They jumped big after the earnings, but there's still probably some more upside here. And if you're looking for, you know, a generic drug or just a drug maker that's kind of smaller but is in the growth phase of its, you know, business model, then this is one to keep in mind.
All right, I will keep it in mind in case I get the big one. Eric, I'm not even going to say the name of this ETF because we don't have time. It's the natural gas ETF, right?
That's right. The symbol is FCG, and it's from First Trust. And as many of us in the Midwest know, natural gas prices have been soaring here over the past month and a half with all the polar vortexes, bad weather, etc. Right. And this ETF, it focuses on companies that produce and explore for natural gas. And this could be a better way to play the whole natural gas surge, because if you take a look at the futures market, generally natural gas, it always gets to be in contango. And as someone who's tried to play natural gas with the ETFs, never really works out too well for the futures market. So the equity play could be a better way to go for longer term investors. This fund takes an equal weight approach, so you only get about 4 or 5% in each security. And all the securities in here have a high correlation to natural gas prices. Price to book and price to equity ratios are also taken into account. So I think this could be a solid longer term play for investors who think this whole natural gas boom might have some sticking power.
All right, and just so the company doesn't write to me, it's the First Trust ISE Revere Natural Gas Index Fund, right?
That's right.
Could you come up with a longer name? Thank you all for that. Don't forget, we have more stock picks and stock picking strategies on our website, Zacks.com. So if you haven't seen them yet, get on over and check them out. Meantime, with everyone here, I'm Terry Ruffalo.